So my name is Mark Wilkinson. My dog is called Rolo. He's a Pomapoo, which is a Pomeranian and a Poodle cross. And we've had him for about 5.5 years. We got him at 6 months old, mainly because I think he was too barky for his original owners. So the most important thing I'm looking for in a dog food is obviously it's got to be high quality and nutritious for the dog. And actually, I'm looking for stuff that is really combined with what a dog really needs, because I think there's an easy confusion to make with what we think a dog should need and what a dog actually needs. And I think that's really important to bear in mind. But I'm also passionate about, where the foods come from, its traceability, the impact on the environment, and actually making sure that we're not just saying, the food in itself is enough. It has to be the full package. So I'm looking for great nutrition, great, goodness for the dog, but also done in a way that is compatible with some of the ethics and requirements that we have as people, that it's sustainable, that it's we have the traceability on that, so we know where it's come from, and that gives me the full package. Really, that's what I'm looking for, and there's very few options out there. Let's put it that way. We've been feeding Rolo bug bites ever since we had him, from day one. So he's been on that. Because we got him at 6 months old, he had kind of some weepy eyes and the staining around the eyes, brown, because he's a black coloured dog. So the eyes were quite brown. He was very chirpy in himself, but ever since we've been on bug baits, everyone always says his eyes are clear and crystal. His coat is in fabulous condition. He loves his food. I mean, absolutely loves his food. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, don't they get bored with the same things? This is a dog. The dog is all about, I've got food, I'm eating the food. And for me, bug bites, which is a high protein, food, and from a, great source, being it that it's from insects, is something that I think is really important, because dogs are, biased towards a high protein diet. So anything that can give them high quality protein, combined with other elements, which bug bites also has, and for me, being wheat free is really important. And the reason wheat free is really important is my wife is celiac, so we try to have everything wheat free in the house. So in terms of noticing changes, we kind of notice the changes 2 to 3 weeks, because when Rolo arrived at our household, his eyes were kind of weepy, and you see that staining his fur and so forth. And within, I'd say, 3 weeks, we noticed a great reduction in that. In fact, now he has none. I don't know what that takes for that to all clear up. I'd probably say within 6 weeks, that was kind of gone. It just really was a radical change in how he looked in the eyes. He's always been in great condition. In fact, every time we take him to the vets, they always say he's in great condition. He's within his weight that he should be. His coat is always good. His teeth are in great condition. So that's good. In himself, he's fit and healthy. Which hopefully he continue to be so. But no negatives that I can think of. All positives. So where did I hear about bug bites? Actually, Dragon's Den. I was sitting down one evening and I watched Dragon's Den, and he kind of ticked all the boxes on there. I'm surprised that the Dragons didn't get it at the time. I was thinking, well, these guys not understanding this, especially when I think it was at Deborah Meaden's always on about sustainability, planet friendly, etc. But I mean, I just like the ethos that came in, which was it's the quality of the food, where it's coming from, the traceability, the sustainability in nature of that, and the fact that the most important thing is good for the dog. So my initial thoughts on hearing about bug bites was, and certainly with the insect protein, was actually it took me back. I worked out in Helsinki for a while. There was a restaurant I went to there called the Fat Lizard, and they sold as an accompaniment to having some drinks and nibbles, um, insects, baked insects. And of course, everyone wants that because it's a novelty, etc. But they just taste like roast peanuts. Yeah, and when you eat them, they're not horrible or anything like that. They may look a little bit unappetizing, but I was asking the owner about this. Why you got these things in? He said, well, people are interested in it. He said, but it's a very good source of protein, very high quality protein. And I just come back from Finland and I watched Dragon's Den, and you were on, and I thought, wow, that because I think it's 19% of the insect is high quality protein, so higher than steak or anything else. I think I was reading. So I thought, well, dogs are an animal that needs high quality protein. That's how their metabolism works. So that was immediate hook in there. But then combining it with all the other elements that are in the food in itself. So you've got I think the probiotics and everything else that combine in there. You kind of have this. For me, it was looking like a really balanced food for the dog. The fact that it's in pellet form, I think it's fine because you can add water and it can mash down slightly. But for me, is ideal. Rolo eats about 40 grams of HMO. He has 2 meals a day. And what I'm looking for is something that is really compatible with a dog's diet requirements, and actually nails that requirement in terms of you can see it. I can see it working within weeks in terms of clearing up some of the conditions he had with his eyes. His coat was more luxurious, should we say? I don't know how. He's very fluffy, but it's a great fluff to in terms of his coat, but also the sustainable approach to it. So low carbon mileage, to get that, you're not taking protein from a high intensive source. The packaging, there's been some challenges, but you've got there. You've persevered with the packaging. So I've got the 10-kilo bag in the brown bag, paper-based bag. So that's brilliant. So it's the full package for me. In terms of environmental impact, low. I think the packaging is low. You're an online business, so you've got again there great credentials of being connecting direct. So we're not going through lots of middle persons and transporting stuff all over the countryside. So for me, it was ticking all the boxes. Once I got the details from that initial view on Dragon's Den, went to the website, read the story, liked the thought of it, said, right, let's get some samples and the treats and see how that goes. So we have had some people ask us what we feed Rolo, and I've given some samples to various people. I think that there is actually you hit on it earlier. Some people, insect food. Oh, I'm not sure. And I said, it's not actually insects. So that's why I give them the sample. Look, it's pellets. But I think there is some hesitancy because people kind of go, ooh, why would you do that? And I do explain the reason why. I believe one of my friends is still feeding their dog bug bites. I haven't checked in the last 8 months, but they were. But generally, I talk to people about the sustainable nature of food and the protein quality, and say these are important things to think about when you're selecting food. I try not to preach because that tends to go back the other way. So I try to give people the focus on what I think personally I think is important and why I've chosen it.